I think there were a lot of things that probably led to the decline in the focus in investment in agriculture. I think there was perhaps an overconfidence in the ability of global agricultural production and the ability of trade markets to work effectively, and perhaps an assumption that as part of the development process, while many people know that agricultural areas are poor, that people who might live as smallholders would be drawn to other economic occupations with growth, and I think that was probably an overestimate. At the bank, we had done a World Development Report a couple of years ago that focused on the benefits not only for the people involved in an economy through growth in agriculture, but not surprisingly, because these are rural sector activities, they tend to have a much greater multiplier effect in terms of overcoming poverty. And so that's one reason where we thought that we ought to try to see what we could step up our activities. Now, there have been, throughout history, some tremendous examples of investments in agriculture, like the Green Revolution. All of us knew the late Norman Borlaug. But I think one of the areas that we're trying to focus on, and we can come back to this, is to look at the whole value chain. So everything from property rights to seeds to fertilizers to, as you said, marketing, sort of distribution issues. And that's a good segue perhaps into your second question, which is, I think, the cause of the big price spike. I think it's part of it was multiple effects, and it started with low stocks. And I draw this to people's attention because you continue to have low stocks today. You combine low stocks with some exogenous events, and in this case, one of them was some droughts, some difficult weather conditions. And then a linkage that has changed from the past is we've seen a much closer linkage between fuel and food prices. Fuel not only being an input into production in agriculture, but particularly with biofuels, there's a debate about the degree of connectivity, but we found some rather high connections. So when oil prices go up, you see this pull up food prices. Now, that crisis quickly led to a breakdown in markets. And so it was, in this case, not a problem of markets being too extensive, but markets failing to work.